1991, the last time Louisville did not make it to the tournament. Down low, Walker right away going after Wisby.
And quickly double and triple teamed, and a whistle and a foul.
Well, you see what Louisville wants to do. And Southern Miss inside with Fred Williams and Glenn Wisby trying to both help on Samaki Walker. Very important they don't get in foul trouble today. Walker can get them in foul trouble, and they're not a real deep team.
Now, foul was on Fred Williams. Walker. Opening shot. Rebound collected by Wisby. And they really have to have, Southern Miss does, a consistent game out of Glenn Wisby today.
Yeah, at times in games this year, he's kind of disappeared for stretches. He can't do that today.
Damian Smith has his shot blocked. Wisby had it, controlled it off the Smith. Tipped twice that time by Fred Williams. Finally knocked out of bounds. Golden Eagles will have another chance.
Right in front of Denny Crum, and he thought that ball was tipped.
Yeah, Tom O'Neill.
I did too.
Tom O'Neill coming over right now as they confer, and it's going to be given to Louisville.
Well, Denny got his way right in front of the bench, but it was a good call. Watch, it is tipped. Glenn Wisby right there with the deflection, and it's out of bounds. So the officials get together, a little huddle, and they get the right call.
This is a very, very good officiating crew today.
It is.
Osborne showed it. Good defense by Williams as he knocked it away, and Osborne got it back.
And there's Walker down on the block with Wisby on his back. That's going to be a tough matchup for Wisby.
That'll be a walk. And that was solid defensive stand that time by Glenn Wisby. He refused to give him that little step to the left.
Well, and plus he pushed him out far enough. I mean, when Samaki got the ball, he was a good 10 to 11 feet away from the basket.
Here's the pressure now by the Cardinals. And the pass comes in. Sam Jones right to the hoop and finger flips it off the glass.
Little hesitation on Tick Rogers. Very good defensive player, and he went right by him.
DeJuan Wheat against Damian Smith. Boy, is that a great matchup at the point guard spot.
Yeah, those two matchups, Wisby and Walker, and here's the lob for DeJuan. Wow.
Well, I don't think a lot of schools throw the alley-oop pass like that to their point guard, but here at Louisville, they can make it happen.
As you know, Jimmy, they always have had guards who can take you down low. Milt Wagner, Lancaster, Gordon, but DeJuan Wheat not quite as big as those guys were.
Entry to Wisby. He saved it from going out of bounds. No, his foot was on the line.
Take a look at the fast break now. Watch the hesitation. He stops right here, all right? And then he's going to blow right by Tick Rogers. Look at how Rogers is out of position, turns his head, and the quickness of a Sam Jones with that. Just a little bit of daylight, Jimmy, allowed him to go to the hole.
And the first three-pointer of the game nailed by DeJuan Wheat.
Well, when he shoots the three, Louisville is awfully tough to defend because Samaki Walker just changes the way you have to play defense.
5 points on the board for the Cardinals. A whole 5 scored by DeJuan Wheat. They look for Wisby inside. Fred Williams moves into position, and he rattled and dropped it.
Hey, Fred can start some games, can he? Yesterday in the game against UNCC right off the bat.
Tick Rogers had it blocked by Wisby from behind.
And here comes Wisby on the break.
And Smith had it stripped away by Osborne, and he's whistled for the foul on the reach-in.
Jimmy, the fast break the last time down by Southern Miss. And you're seeing the start of it. And here comes the block, first of all, which starts the fast break. Wisby just getting up high. But watch Damian Smith as he comes down. His head is looking this way. All right, he cuts off this part of the court. He's got a man right here in Wisby, and he never got him the basketball because he didn't see the entire floor.
And we get back to live action. A foul on Brian Kaiser. And Maurice Morris will go to the free throw line. And it's a big question today how effective Morris and Alvin Sims had a huge night in Louisville's overtime win over Tulane. All lost out of bounds, and Southern Miss will get another shot.
Now, Alvin Sims came off the bench for Denny Crum, and late in the first half really sparked the run and did it with his defense. And in the second half, shot the threes as well.
Finished with 19 points. Buried from the outside, and Southern Miss now has taken the lead. Sam Jones has 5 points.
Sudden Sam can light it up.
And Samaki Walker banks it in.
So strong, Jimmy, when he gets it on the block, and Wisby actually just turned and let him have the shot instead of drawing the foul, too.
You know, we already talked about the point guard matchup with Wheat and Damian Smith. I'm telling you, the Walker and Wisby matchup also is a terrific matchup.
No question about that. And this is quick on quick here. Damian Smith and DeJuan Wheat. And both can leap. We already saw DeJuan with the alley-oop. Well, Damian Smith can dunk it any way you want it.
Absolutely. He climbs the ladder with the best of them.
At 5'10".
Looking to try to get some penetration. Goes right over DeJuan. We couldn't get it, but look at him follow the shot. Loose on the floor, controlled by Samaki Walker. And DeJuan Wheat quickly in front court. And had it batted away and out of bounds.
So the turnover on the break, an ill-advised pass. You go back to Samaki Walker. Once he catches it that low, see Wisby just go straight up and then even back. No need to try to stop that at that point. You're not going to.
Tick Rogers gets the rest. Eric Johnson into the lineup now for Louisville. Osborne will trigger the inbounds. Comes into DeJuan Wheat. Before the shot. And Damian Smith gets tagged with
tournament. The two upsets so far, much like last year down in Biloxi.
Center of the lane, Osborne. So smooth.
A lot of weapons.
Louisville reclaims the lead by 1.
The problem, Jimmy, trying to defend Louisville. I know they're young, and that's why they've struggled a little bit at times, inconsistent in the injury to Walker, but they got so many weapons out here.
The penetrating move, and was Johnson out of bounds? He was when he made the defensive play. Break in the action, 15:59 to go. First, Morris will inbound.
Osborne, a multi-talented player. I mean, there is not much he can't do, and during the time that Walker was out, went inside as well.
Boy, Mo Morris with a very nice move to free himself. There's Williams with the offensive rebound. The follow shot won't go, and Samaki Walker collects it for the Cardinals. DeJuan Wheat sets up the offense. This is Johnson. Walker trying to get down low on the block, gives it off to Wheat. He'll shoot the three, and it's going to be short off the front of the iron, but the rebound controlled by Osborne, who puts it up. It won't fall. Wisby in control for the Golden Eagles.
And Southern Miss will walk it up again.
Yes, they will.
The game yesterday against UNCC, it was a slow, plodding game, and they won what really was just a physical, bang the guy who guards you upstairs type game, and that's what they want today. They want to play a slower game, not let Louisville get up and down.
Damian Smith around and out, rebound loose. Wisby had it, lost it. Walker claims it. Cardinals trying to up the tempo. DeJuan Wheat with a finger flip with the left hand.
Oh, how sweet was that? Sweet DeJuan Wheat to the left hand off the glass. 7
points now for Wheat. 3-point Louisville advantage.
Forcing Damian Smith to his left. And not much movement for Southern Miss.
They look inside to Wisby, who's posting up against Walker. Now Wisby comes around as they rotate the basketball. There's the skip right in there. Ooh, and the big-time finish.
Boy, what a nice high-low, huh? Fred Williams and Jimmy Wisby just held his ground inside. He let the ball move on the perimeter. Never had to really work his body inside there.
His first basket of the afternoon. Knocked away by Mo Morris and controlled by Southern Miss.
Ball's got to go up top with the lob.
Oh, boy, Wisby couldn't have caught that one, and you know how he can get off the ground, too.
Michael Jordan couldn't have caught that one. That was up in the third row, and MK trying to slow the guys down. Take a look back at the last possession when Wheat had the fast break. Boy, is that nice. You know, comes in, avoids the charge, uses the left hand off the glass. And MK up early in this one.
Yeah, but he's got the tempo to his liking.
Yep, you're right. Got to start shooting the basketball, though. That's where they really struggled yesterday. Shot about 30% and won.
Johnson in traffic, too hard off the side of the iron. Boy, bodies everywhere, and we're going to have a foul called. And it'll be on Louisville. Tick Rogers picks up his foul, and that's his first, and it's the third team foul on the Cardinals.
Now, Tick Rogers yesterday with the block to end the game in overtime A little unusual that he would go after the block again. You remember a couple of weeks ago, he did the same thing in the DePaul game and got called for the foul on Kleinschmidt,
right,
who buried the three, made the free throw to beat Louisville. And that shows a lot of guts to go back and do it again.
Jones, too hard off the side of the iron. Here go the Cardinals trying to get into transition, and Mo Morris says, I've got it played. Down low again, Wisby. And this time he used the basket to his advantage by shielding Walker so he could make the easy layup.
At 26 points the last time these two teams hooked up.
The lead has changed hands 4 times already.
Louisville not yet having that spark on offense. You know, everything's kind of slow.
Offensive foul on Sims.
Yeah, they wipe it away. Take a look at Glenn Wisby down low. Watch him use the basket against Samaki Walker. Just a smart play. There's no way Walker can get to that side of the basket. And he is under control inside. Mo Morris so far. Leg looks okay, Jimmy.
He's hanging in there. He's moving okay on it. You know, you get that adrenaline pump going, and you kind of have a tendency to forget about those things.
It's like Joe Namath with that rap, though. I mean, he's got a lot of tape on
He does. Purdue out in front of Michigan. Arkansas over Kentucky.
Well, if they announced that score in here, you would have heard a large cheer. I mean, this is not the Wildcat country.
No, it's not. Again, some sloppy play. And on the inline is Johnson. And on the turnover, the 5th now by the Cardinals, Southern Miss takes over the basketball.
And it's that type of game again. You know, Louisville not able to get in the flow offensively yet. Had the one easy bucket by Wheat on the break, but that's it. They may need to get up and down a little bit more to just get a kick start.
Jason Osborne back into the lineup. Johnson will sit. Here comes the full court press. And now they relax it. They show it just off the inbound and then pull back to midcourt.
That's the old UCLA, little token pressure just to show them that and slow them down a little bit. And nowadays with the shot clock, even more effective because it takes time off that clock.
They bring Wisby out to the wing and have Williams posting up, trying to free it for Damian Smith, but instead it's Jones who works his way into the center of the lane and scores.
How about a little arc on your shot, Sam, huh? Get it up in the air. Oh, he's playing well. The last couple of days, Sam Jones with a lot of confidence, and they forced that pass. There was no way to get that into Samaki.
I think you have to kind of, if you're an outside guard there, you have to really figure out how high Glenn Wisby can get up into the air. And I don't think B.J. Flynn realized it.
I'm not sure you can figure that out. Got some leaps. There's the high-low again.
And it's off the foot of Osborne and out of bounds. And once again, Wisby had position against Samaki Walker.
Yeah, they had the high-low and then got a bad break with the kick.
11:13 to go, first half. It's Southern Miss leading by 3.
What a job.
I know.
We're sitting down here working. He's up there in the executive suite. For
relaxing.
On that cellular phone, though, I think. Get a regular phone next time, Don. Little trap now, Jimmy, for the first time for Southern Miss. On the half court, they like to do this. Attack it through the middle of the floor. That's the way to beat it.
Outside, Wheat pulls the trigger on the 3.
Or you could just shoot a 3 if you're DeJuan Wheat. Either way works. And they may not be able to go to the trap because of that. You do have holes in that trap. It allows you to get the open jump shot.
Game tied at 14. DeJuan Wheat, the leading scorer right now in the game. He's in double figures already. He has 10. Morris will trigger the inbounds play. Jones works his way inside, but short-armed it to the basket.
Got to be up on the glass to get in.
Cardinals with numbers. B.J. Flynn challenges. Couldn't get it to go. Rogers claims the offensive rebound. And Osborne's shot won't drop.
Good defense by Mo Morris, but I'll tell you what, you've got to give B.J. Flynn some credit. He does not back down from anyone. I mean, he did it yesterday in the game. He's done it all year. Provided a big spark off the bench.
Before Wheat's basket, it was Southern Miss on a 6-0 run. That's how important that three-point shot was for Louisville. Almost thrown away. Rogers. Ball loose on the floor. And Louisville again with numbers. Flynn looks off one man, goes to the basket, misses the layup, and Wisby claims another rebound. And then Flynn coming back to steal the basketball and was standing out of bounds.
Legs are a little bit heavy today, I think. You know, you play 3 games in 3 days, and the first time all year you have to do that. Seen a couple players on layups not get the ball up on the glass, Jimmy, and I think that's just a sign of being tired.
By the way, don't forget that later in today's game, we'll bring you the Pizza Hut delivery of the game. Pizza Hut delivery. You'll love this stuff. Mike Jones into the lineup now for Southern Miss. Alvin Sims back in for Louisville.
Samaki Walker fronting Glenn Wisby, and now they switch down low. Hardy's down there.
In the first 2 games that you and I watched, the quarterfinals and the semifinals, M.K. Turk took Glenn Wisby out early in the first half and gave him extended rest periods. That has not been the case. And that one fell off the side of the iron. Samaki Walker claims another rebound.
Coaches get conservative when you get to this point, and I'm not sure he can take Wisby out much today.
And there's a guy who had a big-time game last night with 19 points. Alvin Sims coming off the bench.
When you talk about the players on this team, Alvin Sims is not one of the first that you talk about, but he has done so much, does so much away from the basketball. And for the first time, the crowd really into this one.
Morris working against Tech Rogers. Now Jones. Kelly McCarty. Bo Morris. Oh, that'll quiet this big crowd.
And a lot of springs in the legs. Nothing wrong with that knee on that shot.
Southern Miss back in front by a single point.
A little different atmosphere. The crowd kind of quiet after that.
Osborne with the spinning one-hander.
And Southern Miss walks it up again. It's a half-court game on one end, and on the other end, Louisville trying to get some easy buckets in transition. The switch down low, Sims on Wisby. Now they switch back. You will get some mismatches against Louisville because they switch.
In and out that time on the 3 attempt by Morris. And here comes Rogers for the Cardinals. Looking for DeJuan Wheat, who pulls the trigger for 3. That one won't fall.
He banked that, too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Lead pass. Wisby, he was wide open underneath and took his eye off of it. He wanted to slam and lost it out of bounds.
Well, when you got Samaki Walker running up your back, you do take your eye off the ball at some point.
We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports and Entertainment Network.
That's not a bad deal, huh?
They didn't have the three-point line when you were playing.
1 year in the ACC, and it was 17 feet 9 inches. That's all it was. It was inside of the top of the key. Ralph Sampson could dunk from there. Bozak Smith now in for Samaki Walker, and over the last couple of weeks, he's given Walker a good spell. When Walker was out, obviously, he had to play a lot, but even last night, they didn't lose anything when he was in there for a while.
Sims controlling on the outside. Tech Rogers trying to get inside, does so, and that one rattles, pops out. Look at Bozak Smith, battles, keeps it alive into the hands of Osborne. That one won't fall. Bozak Smith got another tap on it, and finally controlled by Southern Miss. And he is active right away.
Yeah, you're right. But Wisby changed the shot of Osborne. He made him double clutch, and that's why he missed the shot. Now Bozak defensively on Wisby. That'll be the matchup to watch.
Glenn Wisby trying to seal off Smith down low.
Boy, he had him for a moment, too.
Shot from the outside, and in and out, and back in again by Sam Jones.
Forget the clouds. That baby's going up, I mean, where the space shuttle is. Did you see the arc on that shot? Sam. Well, we talked about it. I mean, that's one of the keys for Southern Miss in any game they play. If they get help on the outside, shooting the ball to open it up for Wisby.
Osborne posting up against Kelly McCarty. He's got it. Head and shoulder pump fake. Wisby with another rejection. Bozak Smith had the follow and wouldn't stay in.
Just won't go down for Louisville here.
2 points, Southern Miss lead as we near the 6-minute mark of the first half. The Metro Conference Championship game here at Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky.
Damian Smith a little quicker than Alvin Sims now.
Jones is going to let another one fly. That one's too hard off the back of the iron, and here comes Alvin Sims. They'll wait for Tech Rogers. Entry pass down low, knocked away. And Bozak Smith got it back outside to Sims. Wheat spots up for 3.
Somebody lost him. You can't leave DeJuan Wheat that wide open behind the line.
13 points here in the first half for point guard DeJuan Wheat.
He's been the story. Get that unusual kick, too, that Felix Unger kick. Remember Felix Unger used to kick the leg on the jump shot? That's what Dewan Wheat does.
Jones trying to get inside, and some heavy contact. Both players go down hard. The foul is going to be on Tick Rogers. Rogers' second personal, and the 5th team foul on the Louisville Cardinals.
Tough thing about guarding a guy who's hit a couple of threes. Right now, Sam Jones, once the ball goes away from him and comes back, you come out hard, but you have to do it under control or else he's going to blow by you. And that's where the foul was called. Look at how wide open Dewan Wheat is. I mean, the pretty rotation, flashes the jump shot, and earns a little rest.
And Wisby also going to the bench for his first rest in this game. Both coaches now making wholesale substitutions. Down low, Jones couldn't get it to fall. Loose on the floor, Rogers has it. Cardinals in the front court. Eric Johnson, Al Osborne.
Bozak wants it.
Oh, he wants it down low. He's backing in right now. With the left hand, it wouldn't go. Tip Price, it wouldn't fall. B.J. Flynn trying to go back to the basket, and he's fouled. And the second unit of the Cardinals tipped up and in.
Danzler got the hand up. Boy, what timing. And that's all just timing.
And it's a 4-point Louisville advantage.
This is where they made the run last night, and they made it with the bench. Louisville did.
That shot won't fall. Fred Rogers over the back of B.J. Flynn. Well, here you have the smaller guard blocking out the power forward, keeping him further away from the basket.
Use your body. Everybody's feet attached to the ground. And as long as you use those feet in the lower part of your body, there's no way he's going to get the rebound. That's just a nice job. The shot, and watch at the top of your screen, or actually lower right. Right here, B.J. Flynn just uses his body and gets the over-the-back call.
Second personal foul on Williams. Down low pass, knocked away by Jones. And a foul on Jones. Mike Jones' second personal.
Well, a dangerous time for M.K. Turk. 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Last 3 or 4 minutes of the first half. Louisville last night had their big run to take the lead in the game against Tulane. And in this building, they just tend to do that. You know, they have runs in this building. The crowd gets them fired up, and they've always done that over the years.
Bo Morris, bad leg and all, back into the lineup. Flynn trying to get into the center lane. Does shows it to everybody and draws the foul again. What a tough kid.
He's not supposed to be doing all this. You know, the transfer from Duquesne, nobody expected him to be perfect.
Counting down to the 4-minute mark, 5-point advantage for the Cardinals over the Golden Eagles.
Look at the defensive.
And that one was perfect. Counting down to the 4-minute mark, 5-point advantage for the Cardinals over the Golden Eagles.
Look at the defensive Flynn, too. All over Avery Thomas.
Sam Jones controlling outside. We've talked about the long rest in which Glenn Wisby got in the first 2 games. He's getting another long one right now as Kelly McCarty knocks down the 3.
Only 1 for 7 in the game yesterday against UNCC. McCarty hits a 3, and he can hit that, too. And this is a team in Southern Miss that is dangerous because besides that man, Glenn Wisby inside, they do have 3-point shooters who can knock it down. They just haven't been consistent.
Exactly, yes. And they were very consistent in the quarterfinal game against Virginia Tech.
Yep.
And then non-existent in last night's win in the semifinal over UNC Charlotte.
But they hit big shots.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they only shot 30%, but they hit the big ones.
Eric Johnson rattled it, and it popped out, and Osborne is over the back. Jason Osborne's first personal and the 6th team foul. Substitutions will be made, but first timeout has
out to the wing, and he's going to knock down the jump shot. Watch Osborne hesitate. See, he lost him for a moment. Then he's got to help because Bozak was fronting. McCarty opens up. And, Jimmy, he had 21 in the first matchup between these two teams. Our MCI proof positive replay.
Kelly McCarty. 3:21 to go, first half. And Southern Miss looking to either tie the game right here with a 2 or take the lead with a 3.
Only 39% for Southern Miss, but they're holding Louisville down as well, except for the 3s.
Fred Williams had it blocked out of bounds by Walker.
Makes his presence felt as soon as he steps on the court, huh?
The trigger man will be Mo Morris. Glenn Wisby stays on the bench. Again, M.K. Turk deciding to go with a long rest. The pass is tossed away. And on the turnover, Louisville is in front court. Osborne working against McCarty, has to kick it back outside. Dantzler threw it over the top of the iron.
Safe to say that wasn't the shot that Denny wanted.
Fred Williams in and out. Rebound. Walker got hit in the eye. 5 rebounds now for Samaki Walker. Kaiser, good entry down low, and the basket is up and in by Dantzler.
And M.K. Turk with Glenn Wisby on the sidelines waiting to come into the game. See him at the top of your screen. And he'd love a dead ball, so he gets him in. Doesn't want to lose this in the last couple of minutes of the first half.
No, you want to stay close. Baseline move in underneath. Ball loose. Flynn collects it. Here he goes on the run again. Good bounce pass to Kaiser, who scores.
Jimmy, you hate to burn a timeout at the end of the first half, but MK's getting dangerously close to having to do that. This is when the Cardinals make their run.
Mo Morris showed the 3. And then a whistle away from the ball.
And Denny very upset for 2 reasons. Number 1, I'm not sure he liked the call, but number 2, it gives him a chance to bring in Wisby. And you go back to the last possession. Dantzler is in the top left-hand corner as the ball is swung. Stop it right there. You see the help from Williams is late. You see McCarty down here, he's late getting there. And the nice flash into the lane by Damian Dantzler. And a good pass from Kaiser and an easy bucket.
Jones at the free throw line, misses. Rebound battle, loose on the floor, controlled by Kaiser.
Big miss in the last 2 minutes.
Flynn beats his man off the dribble, missed the shot. Walker, offensive rebound. That was short arm to the basket, never got there. Dantzler kicks it back outside to Flynn, who spots up. He's short. Walker battles for it. Osborne, Wisby went after it, forced Osborne to miss it. It's all Louisville.
Relentless on the glass. And throughout the year, they have not been a great rebounding team. They've been out-rebounded by their opponents. Today, crashing the offensive glass.
Well, Damian Smith back in. And you talked about M.K. Turk not really wanting to burn a timeout. Oh, there's 1:29 remaining. And an opportunity for Walker to add a few more points on the board for the Cardinals.
Well, at least MK was able to get Glenn Wisby back in the game along with Damian Smith with the dead ball.
Walker on target with that offering. Purdue out in front of Michigan. Kentucky trails by 10. Oklahoma State winning over Iowa State.
Arkansas playing well again. I know they just squeaked by Vandy in the first round, but last month of the season they've been very good.
Another offensive rebound for the Cardinals. Kaiser shows it, pulls behind the three-point line and drills it.
And MK's got to get the timeout now.
Yep.
Biggest lead of the game for the Cardinals, and it comes at the end of the first half. And Jimmy Mo, I believe so. 18-11 on the year, playing well as of late.
Lob down low, Wisby in traffic, had it rejected by Dantzler. Triple teamed, and he tried to force the shot through.
Good help from Dantzler as he comes over and does not foul. Glenn doesn't put it on the floor, and Dantzler comes over. Good block out of bounds.
Inbounds pass, McCarty. Trying to get away, cannot do so, has to give it up outside, and then get it back. Mo Morris trying to get through, pulls up for the outside shot, short off the iron. Cardinals quickly in transition, lead pass, Dantzler. And a foul on Mo Morris on a reach-in.
Damian Dantzler has played well in this half. Last night for Denny Crum, it was Alvin Sims who came off the bench, P.J. Flynn in the first half, and sparked them offensively and defensively. Today, Dantzler's been a big part of that. You saw the bucket inside a moment ago, had the block, and now he goes to the line.
And his first free throw too hard. Rebound tipped out by Osborne to Dantzler. Kaiser. with cotton shoved up his nose and everything. He thought about shooting that three-point shot again.
Uncomfortable, but still effective. And they get it to their point guard, Dewan Wheat. He's always had the skills. Last year, you could tell right away. This year, I think, getting better and better, learning the game, learning Denny Crum's way of doing things.
Entry pass to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Osborne, center of the lane, and he can't get it to fall. Rebound comes down to Smith. We're down to 6 now in the first half of play. Damian Smith finds Jones, shows it, and shoots the 3, and it won't fall. Rebound, Whitney tried to have the tomahawk slam, and that would have brought the house down.
What a way to end the first half if that baby would have gone.
Oh, good golly. So MK Turk goes to the locker room, 10 points behind. Let's go. Down.
What a way to end the first half if that baby would have gone.
Oh, good golly. So MK Turk goes to the locker room, 10 points behind. Let's go.
They've got to shoot the basketball better in the second half. But look at this. Go down to the rebounds. Louisville, not a great rebounding team, but 27-20. They also had 12 offensive rebounds, and the putbacks were a key.
And leading scorers, Jones with 10. Wisby, we said, would have to be a consistent scorer. So
with Walker outside with Wheat, getting help from the bench as well.
And that is our forward game plan. We are ready now to get the second half underway. Louisville leads by 10. This is the Damian Smith.
Now, MK talked about offensive execution, side-to-side ball movement. It was pretty stagnant in the first half.
And this is Morris controlling on the dribble. Spotting up for the 3 immediately and drilling it.
And Glenn Wisby just cleared Brian Kaiser out with that screen.
Ball lost by Dewan Wheat into the hands of Damian Smith. Smith, spin move in underneath. Wow, what a great move. And that basket will not count. Touch on the iron by Fred Williams.
Oh, what a tough break for MK Turk's club, because that ball was going in, I think.
I agree.
And you have the quick start right away. Damian Smith then comes down after the steal. Yeah, it's definitely goaltending, but maybe it wasn't going in. That looked like it may have been coming out of the cylinder. But a good call.
Well, actually, the Cardinals really dodged a bullet, because that was a 5-point situation. They would have been closed this gap in a hurry.
Sure was. And we mentioned it. Last 2 minutes of the first half, first 2 of the second half, always important.
Louisville patient offensively. Down low, block play. Samaki Walker too hard. Rebound Wisby. Quick outlet. Here comes Damian Smith on the run. Wisby hustling down the floor. Morris again from way outside. This one is short off the iron, and Osborne has the rebound, and Louisville trying to get into transition.
I think Mo took about 4 or 5 steps before he shot that ball, too. Trying to get a little rhythm.
Well, with his leg all wrapped up like that, he can't stop as quickly. Again, the entry pass on the low block. Walker won't fall for him. Tick Rogers, offensive rebound. Morris has tied him up, but Rogers got it out to Kaiser.
Every possession, they've given it to Samaki Walker. He's touched the basketball.
The skip pass to Osborne, who swoops in and scores.
Which has an effect even away from the ball, Jimmy. I mean, that time Jason Osborne able to drive, there was no help because they were so conscious of keeping a man down low on Walker.
9-point advantage, Cardinals. We played 2 minutes here in the second half. Damian Smith, too hard. Rogers with the rebound. The outlet comes to Dewan Wheat. 2 players to beat, and Wheat draws the foul on Sam Jones.
Now Dewan Wheat draw a foul on Glenn Wisby. Samaki definitely stronger than Glenn is. Scooter McCrae giving a little instruction as well.
And Wheat is on target with both free throws. And here comes the pressure by Louisville. Wisby had beaten everybody down court, but nobody saw it. Damian Smith quickly into front court. McCarty for 3. That's way too hard. Off the top of the backboard, controlled by Fred Williams. The reach-in foul on Kaiser. That'll be Kaiser's 3rd. He picked up 2 quick ones in the first half, and here we start the second half of play, and not only 3 minutes old, and he's got his 3rd personal.
And Fred Williams just hanging around again. I mean, he's always around the glass, always around the ball. So with Walker out, Wisby now guarded by Jason Osborne, and a different matchup. Same size, but Jason...
Not as much muscle.
No, not nearly as strong.
They look for Wisby down low. He's got the post up. You see Bozak Smith, however, playing a little zone action in the center of the lane against Fred Williams. And the three is nailed by Kelly McCarty.
He likes the corner, doesn't he?
Seems to be his spot. 6 points for Kelly McCarty. Southern Miss trying to turn it up an extra notch on defense. Jones smothering Tick Rogers. Kaiser post up. Bozak Smith back outside. The pass comes to Osborne. Lost it. Into the hands of Bozak Smith. They play the two-man game, and Osborne delivers.
Inside-outside game. Bozak finding Jason Osborne, spotting up behind the three-point line, and very fortunate because that pass inside to Bozak, I'm not sure was going to him.
Yeah. 9 points for Jason Osborne, and this building comes alive once again. Damian Smith weaving his way in traffic, and he got the bounce. That's his first basket.
Well, I mean, he has led them in scoring this year, and that's a tough situation when he just scores now.
Kaiser, Bozak Smith tried to tap. Wisby lost it, but into the hands of Jones. Southern Miss running into front court. Now you'll see him slow it down. Until this guy touches it in the corner, and that's going to be short off the iron and over the top of the backboard. And for Southern Miss, that was really too bad because Wisby had great offensive rebounding presence underneath, and he didn't get an opportunity. It's a 9-point advantage for Louisville over Southern Miss.
Now look at the slip right there. Oh, it ends up in Bozak's hands. Fortunate, and Jason Osborne spots up on the outside and buries the three. A versatile performer for the Cardinals, inside and outside.
And the three-point numbers right now, 63% from the three by Louisville, 5 of 8. And Osborne tried to tack on another one, but it wouldn't stay in. Lob down low. Fred Williams put it up off the glass. And he is a factor in the quarterfinal win over Virginia Tech and the semifinal victory the other day over UNC Charlotte. Wisby with the block. Jones, 4 quick points.
And there's the run again for Southern Miss, getting it out on the break. They are in the second half taking it when they have it. And I think that's smart. Get some easy buckets. Don't want this game to go up and down, that type of pace, but they take it when they have it. And there goes Glenn right on top, huh?
Well, saying hello to some of the fans in the first couple of rows.
Thanking them for the support, yeah. Those are writers, Glenn. You know, you don't have to talk to those guys.
Back onto the court comes Wisby. He's been very active in this tournament.
Those were all Jimmy Brinson's, the guys that he dominated in the media game yesterday.
I knew you were going to refer to that again.
Southern Miss on a run of their own here.
And knocked away from behind. Bozak Smith calling for the foul, but there was no whistle. They look inside. Fred Williams with a catch, and then the foul against Osborne well before the shot.
A pretty good foul, actually, because Fred Williams had the lane to the basket and most likely would have gotten the deuce. But they are going inside in the half court. And now Samaki Walker comes back in. That'll change a little bit. But Osborne gets caught on the wrong side. And Fred Williams with a nice little head fake and the foul before that. But he just got caught behind him on the baseline side, Jimmy.
Dantzler into the lineup now. He replaces Osborne. Wisby trying to create space for himself and does so and pulls up and banks it in.
What a big hop step, too. He covered about 10 feet with the one hop.
I think if he were a track man, he'd be a triple jump star.
Oh, yeah. And the trap now, and this has worked for Southern Miss a little bit.
Entry pass down low, fumbled, and then caught again by Johnson, who reversed the layup and got it in. Boy, the pace has really picked up from what we saw in the first half of play.
Hadn't it? A little intensity now. In the first couple minutes of the second half, not like this, and teams playing awfully hard.
Dantzler battling against Fred Williams down low in the lane. Jones trying to free himself away from Alvin Sims. Couldn't do it. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Ball stolen away. This is DeJuan Wheat going against Jones. Right to the basket. The left hand wouldn't drop in and knocked out of bounds by Sims. to the dismay of the partisan Louisville crowd.
Well, Dewan Wheat had a trailer behind him, and I'm not sure he knew it, or he would have dropped it off. At the other end, Glenn Wisby with the big hop step. Look at that. Covers about 10 feet off the glass and in.
And then Wisby again going to the basket. Ball loose. And Wisby trying to control and finally does. And takes the outside jump shot too hard off the iron. Of course, when he's not under the basket, then Walker is going to dominate. Alvin Sims with the alley-oop knocked away. And a foul on Jones.
This one getting a little ragged at this point. Poor shot by Wisby. And then Denny Crum upset about the pass. No way that lob pass was going to get there.
Now B.J. Flynn checks in now for Denny Crum's Louisville Cardinals. And Dewan Wheat gets a rest. And Mo Morris limps onto the floor. Fred Williams goes to the bench for M.K. Turk's Southern Miss Golden Eagles.
Well, Denny up and talking to Dewan Wheat on the sideline. You want to make your club understand how precious this is. You know, you've got 13 minutes and 19 seconds to go to the NCAA tournament. If you don't win, you're not sure that you're in the tournament today. So, you know, he's wanting his club to understand, and I'm sure at halftime he talked about that with his club. Don't let this slip away. It's within your control. At that point, they had a 10-point lead, and obviously that is everyone's goal at the end of the year to make the big party.
And M.K. Turk has already pulled off 2 upsets. He'd like nothing better than to make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're just on a roll right now. There's one of those tournament teams who just tends to get hot at the end. You don't think about it, you just go out and play.
Using the hockey vernacular, he wants the hat trick.
Yes.
Dantzler, McCarty has him defensively. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Knocked away, reach-in foul, Kelly McCarty.
Now this is looking more and more like Southern Miss's win over UNCC yesterday. Not in the sense that Southern Miss is taking control right now, but just the style of the game. Very ragged. On the half court, neither team really getting into the flow of their offense.
Lots of time still left. Here's the alley-oop to Johnson.
Hey, baby.
He came from the backdoor side off a double screen and put it through.
They always get one of those a game. Earlier in the game, it was Dewan Wheat, you remember, against Damian Smith. And Eric Johnson, who can jump out of the gym, gets this one.
Damian Smith controlling, trying to go against Johnson. In traffic, puts up the off-balance shot, and he got it to go.
You got to be kidding me. He couldn't even see the rim over Johnson.
Lead pass. Stolen away by Wisby, who got back defensively. Ahead it goes to Damian Smith.
Bring it back out, set it up, Damian.
No way, he's going right to the basket.
Well, they left him, though. I mean, no one came to stop the ball. You got to stop the basketball.
Down low, Samaki Walker, that one. Knocked away by McCarty and Mike Jones.
Well, it's dangerous courtside.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it? Watch the backside now. Go ahead and run it. Stop it right here. Stop it. All right, here's the screen set by Samaki Walker. If you're the defense, Glenn Wisby's the guy who's got to step here and stop the man from getting the reverse dunk or the backdoor dunk.
And we just had a goaltending call on Glenn Wisby as Dewan Wheat slashed toward the basket. Wisby with an obvious goaltend.
There it is. Guys picked it up in the truck, and that was pretty close to the cylinder. Pretty good call.
It is a 5-point game inside of 12 minutes to go in the Metro Conference Championship Final.
Cut the lead in half.
Damian Smith lost it, got it back, and then with a little jump hook in the paint.
Down 10 at halftime, Jimmy. Now 11:42. They're only down 3. MK's got to be thrilled.
And Damian Smith did not score in the first half of play. He was 0 of 5. And he has really come alive here to make it a 3-point advantage for Eric Johnson.
Going to be a good one, too. Great athletic skills, and they always talk about his leaping ability, but you know, throughout his first year here in Louisville, I think getting better and better as an all-around player.
All right, play back in, but right now we're going to send it to our Don Russell. Hello, Don.
Okay, first of all, Denny Crum was talking about he wants better defense on Damian Smith. That's why he brought Wheat back into the game. And he talked about offensively, they really try to work the post. They're going to try to get it inside and take advantage of Walker and some of the other players, but he stressed defense and stopping Damian's penetration.
Yeah, Donnie, in the second half, Damian Smith has really turned it on. You mentioned Jimmy hadn't scored in the whole first half, and he's hit a couple of outside jump shots, taken to the rack.
Alvin Sims at the free throw line, knocks down the first offering. 3 points now for Sims, who had 19 in last night's overtime win over Tulane in the semifinals.
Little pressure off the free throw now. Haven't really pressed in order to steal the basketball. You know, it's just that token pressure. Make sure they know you're there.
And you notice they let Jones bring the ball up to let Damian Smith have a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and Wheat was all over Smith, trying to deny him the basketball, bringing it up.
All right, Damian Smith looking on the one-on-one play here. Now he's got Eric Johnson off the switch, but he gives up the basketball to Jones. With a pull-up shot was blocked by Sims into the hands of Johnson. The outlet pass. Sims didn't see Dantzler, who was wide open, takes it to the basket himself and puts it in.
Now, I think if you're Southern Miss right now, Damian Smith has been the focus in the second half. You can use that as the defense tries to stop him. It's got to open things up for someone else, either a Sam Jones or maybe a Wisby inside.
Back outside. There's Jones for the three and around and out.
Can't ask for more than that. That was a good shot.
And here comes Louisville again in transition, but Southern Miss gets back defensively.
All right, Donnie told us that then he talked about going inside. Samaki Walker being guarded by Glenn Wisby. There's the high post Louisville UCLA offense. If they run the guards off and then try to get it down low.
They did. There's DeJuan Wheat operating with it. Let's see if Walker slices down or decides to stay out at the top circle. Now 6 on the shot clock. Sims is going to have to do a little one-on-one. Does so. Wisby, great defense, gives it up to Dantzler. His shot won't go, and here goes Southern Miss on the run. Damian Smith with a quick crossover, but he short-armed it, went after it, caught it in the air, and delivered the basket.
That's what he does as well as any guard in this league. Go after his own miss because he can leap and he hangs around. He likes to play down low around the bucket.
And then Sims, under pressure, bounced the ball on the sideline out of bounds, and Louisville turns it over.
In the game for Louisville, Jason Osborne, number 25.
Osborne back into the lineup now. Ryan Kaiser also back in for Louisville.
Well, they stopped Damian Smith initially, but no one blocks him out. Wheat just kind of faded out of the picture, went after his own board and got it to go.
5-point advantage for Louisville. Damian Smith has scored the last 8 points in a row for Southern Miss. McCarty from another area code. Wisby with the tap. It wouldn't drop for him.
Got to grab that one, Glenn. Bring it down and take it back up.
Knocked away, but right back into the hands of Wheat, who swoops to the basket and flips it in.
And some pressure again. Louisville now trying to really make this a full-court game.
19 points now, DeJuan Wheat, leading scorer in the game. Winner of this one gets the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament.
Golden Eagles just hanging around, keeping it close, trying to steal one at the end.
We've moved inside the 9-minute mark. Haven't heard really from Wisby. They haven't really gotten the ball into his hands here, Terry, in the second half.
Yeah, now 4 out, 1 in, but the 1 in is Kelly McCarty.
Smith, off-balance shot, and he banked it in. He's just so good at creating for himself. And again, a 5-point lead by the Cardinals. Kaiser.
Little trap now. Different defense for Southern Miss.
Osborne.
Jimmy, that's what you give up when you go to that zone trap. If you trap on the ball, there's got to be someone open. And they haven't played it as much today as they usually do because Southern Miss has got some three-point shooters. They can't gamble that much. Excuse me, Louisville does.
And this place is electric. Sam Jones kicks it outside. The spot up for Mike Jones. It won't go. There's Wisby with the offensive rebound. He's fouled from behind.
No goal.
Closing stages of today's game. And Wisby gets 1 of 2 at the line. 7:53 to go in this contest. 55-48. Louisville leads Southern Miss. We'll be back after the...
Associated with this conference through the years, you'll get Damian Smith with the high bank shot down the lane, and he's been the big factor in the second half. All 12 of his points, he's really controlled Southern Miss's half-court offense.
All right, let's get over to Don Russell. Donnie.
Well, guys, first of all, Mo Morris was walking up and down on the sideline. He's cramped up in his leg again, so it'll be interesting to see how much he can play. They're working on trying to get some shots for Kelly McCarty from three-point range because of all the pressure now on Damian Smith.
McCarty with a couple from the baseline, the three-pointers in the first half, so not a bad idea.
Smith matched up with Wheat. They free Osborne once again from the outside, and Osborne again delivers.
Yeah, he has in the second half, hasn't he, Jimmy? Inside-outside game, and he has stuck the three. Big shot.
And the Cardinal lead increases to 57-48. Osborne with 14 points in this game. Smith, Wisby's wide open down low. Finally, Walker comes over to pick him up, and Wisby with the spin move in the center of the lane is nailed.
Now you can see Chickasaw leading by 6. They're on a roll right now.
Oklahoma State and Iowa State battling in the second half, and Connecticut now out in front of Villanova in the first half of play. And a jump ball is whistled. The possession arrow favors Louisville.
Free throw line always crucial, and we saw it happen to Tulane yesterday, missing some free throws that they really could have used. And Southern Miss doing the same. There's Mo Morris trying to walk it off on the sideline, shaking his head. It's actually right below the knee. It's not really a knee injury. There's a bruise in there.
The entry pass to Walker, who has the two-hand dunk. 5 points now for Samaki Walker.
They've handled that trap. I'm not sure MK can go back to the trap.
And MK Turk and Southern Mississippi have to be a little careful here now. They don't want this one to get out of hand. Damian Smith lets it fly from the outside. The three won't go down. Wisby again active down below. And he draws the foul.
And it's 4 now. Thing goes in. He's not believing it's going to go in. Watch it.
But see, he looked real solid on those two.
Once you make one, I think it helps you obviously the second time. He looked better the second time, but puts it up there and hopes it goes in. Now here's a trap again. 1-3-1 trap.
And Wheat in the front court on the dribble. They find Rogers, who takes the baseline, had it knocked away. Then the ball was kicked around a little bit. Louisville gets it back. Kaiser spots up. Wisby taps it out to Damian Smith.
Too wide open, I think. It's hard to hit that shot when no one's around you.
Damian Smith back outside it comes. Sam Jones. Penetrating move. The high arcing jump shot again.
You know it's coming, but you can't stop it because the ball is so high in the air.
14 now for Sam Jones. And again, Southern Miss trying to get back in it. Wisby with the overplay on the pass knocks it out of bounds. And here comes Mo Morris limping onto the floor. The Warrior. And you might say, well, why does MK Turk continue to put him back in the game? Because Mo Morris goes up and tells Coach, I got to get in there.
Well, you know, again, he's from Louisville. He's not going to back down in a game like this if he can possibly get out there. Plus, it's not an injury that it's going to be long term. He's not going to hurt himself by playing on it.
Heavy pressure on the basketball. The defense out near midcourt.
Oh.
Dantzler looked away on the pass and dropped it off his foot and out of bounds. Mo's over here talking to us.
Looking at Donna Klein over here, our statistician. Got the smile on his face.
He was a terrific interview the other night after they upset Virginia Tech.
Half of what he does really comes from inside for this team. You know, his heart.
Yes. And Morris comes out firing. The follow slam careens off the back of the iron. And Morris controls it.
Glenn has missed about 3 of those.
He has.
At some point, forget the flash. Just get it in the basket. Southern Miss with a lot of poise today, though. Damian Smith especially in the second half.
And he just pops up on that one. It wouldn't fall down for him. And a holding foul.
Got to make sure that you get a lot of legs in your shot at this point. I think everybody a little bit weary playing 3 games in 3 days, and shot by Damian Smith right on the money, but just short.
Bozak Smith checks into the lineup for Samaki Walker. We told you that Bozak has been very effective in this tournament, and he's done some good things here in the first half of this Metro Conference Championship game.
Going to buy some time for Samaki now.
There he is underneath.
Wide open, Jimmy. They have been able to slice through that half-court trap. When they have turned it over, it's really been kind of an unforced turnover. You know, like the Dantzler one off his foot a moment ago.
Wisby off the screen and roll, and Bozak Smith comes down with a rebound. Hasn't even played 30 seconds. He's got a hoop and a rebound. DeJuan Wheat rejected by Wisby.
Not going to happen against Glenn.
Lead pass. The spot up by Jones, who's banged in another one.
Goal by Sam Jones.
Won't go away.
And again, here comes the midcourt pressure.
It's nice when you got a guy 6'8", able to handle the basketball.
Bringing the ball up, you bet. The skip pass, center of the lane to Dantzler. Interesting that they really look for Smith down low on the block. DeJuan Wheat.
And I'll give Bozak Smith a lot of credit. We saw him do it earlier to Jason Osborne, and now he does it with DeJuan Wheat. When the ball goes in, he looks for the shooters to spot up.
Well, let's see now. He's done everything that's been asked of him. He's got 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. And here go the Cardinals running. Ahead to Tick Rogers.
Timeout time. Here's that run. You always know it's coming. If you're an opposing coach, you just hope it's short-lived. But this one isn't, and the biggest lead of the second half. Always know it's coming. If you're an opposing coach, you just hope it's short-lived. But this one isn't, and the biggest lead of the second half.
We have 3:21 left to go in the Metro Conference Championship game. The Cardinals 66, the Golden Eagles 54. We'll be right back to Freedom Hall in a moment.
I mean, you got to walk the ball up, take some air out of the ball, and especially defensively, MK Turk in that trapping defense. Louisville has really made him pay for playing that, and we'll see if he sticks with it or goes back to the man-to-man. And you credit MK Turk. I mean, I think you have to try something like that. You're down in the ball game, and you force the tempo a little bit to get the steal, and then you walk it up. You play your own tempo, but it just hasn't worked. They buried the threes against it, gone inside and outside.
And Louisville comes out with some pressure, and now relax it and drop back now into their defensive position.
Swing it back to Wisby now with Bozak Smith on it.
He drops down low, and now Osborne has him. Mo Morris in underneath, had it blocked, but a whistle and a foul. See, with the injured leg, Morris just cannot. 8 points now for Mo Morris. Now 9 points, a 69% free throw shooter.
There's Samaki on the bench. Here's the full court pressure for the first time.
Well, they just want to try to change things up a little bit. And the lead pass comes over to Rogers, and they're in front court.
Just did beat the 10-second count.
We have a 10-point game at the 2:40 mark. And now, of course, Louisville, with the clock on their side, taking some time off.
Yeah, milk the clock.
1 second. Rogers forces up the ill-advised shot, but he had no choice. He had to let that one go.
Well, they took the 35 off the clock, but didn't get a good shot at the end.
Here's McCarty looking to spot up, or does he go inside? He spots up for the long three, which is way offline. And controlled by Wisby. He'll go right to the basket and put it up and in.
And there's the pressure again. We'll see what Louisville does against it. They milked the clock last time, but they need to get the ball in the hands of Wheat at the end of that clock.
The skip pass down low on the block, rejected, and the foul. And that was Mo Morris who went up to hammer Bozak Smith.
Yeah, what'd you say about the knee of Mo Morris?
Well,
he can't get up?
Would be in the closing minutes, but right now Denny Crum has decided to stay with Smith.
As of right now, yeah. Bozak's played well, though.
Both teams are now in the bonus.
And you see Walker watching. And Southern Miss beginning to hang their heads just a little bit. They trail by 10. Right to the lane. Smith, I may have gotten a piece of that, but Damian Smith knocked it down anyway.
MK wanted a timeout there, and they didn't get it.
Bozak saves it. Skip pass to Kaiser. He'll swing it back outside now to Osborne. And they spread it out. You don't need to foul quite yet. You still can get a stop.
Exactly. You can go ahead and play this possession out. 1:23 and only 13 on the shot clock. They'll spread it and let Wheat go ahead. Well, they don't.
He gave it up to Kaiser. Osborne, 3 seconds. He had to kiss it off over to Rogers. 1 second. They're not going to get it off. And the foul, I believe. No, the shot clock goes off. That's it.
That's 2 possessions in the last 4 trips that Louisville has run the shot clock down, but not gotten a look at the basket at the end of it. And here comes Samaki back in the game.
And you see the ball rolling up the court. That way the clock does not begin until Damian Smith touched it. He lost it going through the lane, but right into the hands of Wisby, who put it in. And then quickly Southern Miss calls time. And Terry, we have a 6-point game with 59.6 seconds remaining. And Southern Miss, as you have mentioned before, Terry, they refuse to go away. Osborne will be the inbounder for Louisville. And you see the pressure being applied right now by Southern Miss. And here we go. They go the full-length court pass to Kaiser off his fingertips. Did he stay in bounds? He did. Whew. And now you have to foul immediately. Osborne challenges Wisby and scores and draws the foul.
Shot of the game by Jason Osborne. You mentioned they wanted to foul, but they didn't want to foul and allow the bucket. This is a dangerous pass, too. A good idea, but Kaiser just did get to that ball. And Samaki Walker holds it up. A nice dish to Jason Osborne, who goes ahead and looks to score against Wisby. And Glenn commits the foul. And, well, that's a big, big hoop.
But he missed an opportunity for the three-point play. And now Southern Miss quickly with Damian Smith trailing by 8. Takes it right to the basket. Had it blocked by DeJuan Wheaton and saved by Wheat. And then Mo Morris, all he can do is reach in on Chick Rogers. 2 sensational plays by Osborne on the offensive end and DeJuan Wheat on the defensive end for Louisville.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Damian Smith taking it to the hole. You figure Louisville doesn't want to foul you. They're going to give you a lane to the basket. DeJuan Wheat just takes it right back at him and then saves the ball from going out of bounds. And Chick Rogers will go to the free throw line.
To the winner of this game, an automatic big dance bid. And right now, Louisville leads by 8. And of course, the Metro Conference trophy.
Yeah, the final Metro Conference trophy.
And Rogers knocks down the free throw. Only 3 points today for Chick Rogers, who has been plagued with foul trouble all afternoon long.
Does a lot of other things for this Cardinal ball club, though.
And he couldn't get the next one. Rebound in underneath, but the follow shot was missed by Sims. Sam Jones with 35 seconds remaining. Spots up for the 3. That one is going to be short. And saved back in, but Louisville is in control. And they will move on the foul here by Jones and become the tournament Metro Conference champions.
Been an odd year for the Cardinals. Yeah. Southern Miss, though, with a lot of heart in this tournament. Man, for MK Turk, after the last couple of weeks of the season, be able to get them ready for this tournament and convince them that they have a shot of winning it is some kind of job that he did.
McCarty couldn't get it off. It's Morris out of bounds. And that will do it. It's an 11-point advantage with 19 seconds remaining. And Louisville, Denny Crum wants to make some substitutions and get some other players in the game. Samaki Walker leads to a standing ovation. And Denny Crum now clears the bench. For Southern Miss, nothing really to hang their heads about. They came into the tournament not playing very well. They did not play well in their last 4 or 5 games. They upset Virginia Tech, then upset UNC Charlotte, the regular season Metro Conference champions.
Timeout, Louisville, their first timeout.
Dance. And many people believed that they had to win the tournament, Terry, in order to get in.
Well, everyone this morning around the coffee shops talking about the fact that now we think we're in. You know, the fans here in Louisville, and I really didn't, to be honest with you. I thought that it would be a long shot, a real long shot, if Southern Miss were to get the automatic bid, to have Tulane and UNCC, and then Louisville get a bid as well. But now that they're in, you look at a UNCC and a Tulane. I do think this conference is going to get 3 teams in the NCAA tournament. Tulane getting beat by the eventual champion
in overtime,
having a great year for Perry Clark, and UNCC falling flat in their first game in this tournament, but they were the regular season champions, and only once has the committee snubbed the regular season champions. That was actually a Louisville ball club.
Damian Smith right to the basket, quickly drops it in. Time continues to wind down. You see the pressure in the backcourt, and saved by Osborne. And that's really the reach-in foul on Glenn Wisby. For Glenn Wisby, his final game during the Metro Conference. I'm sure now that Southern Miss is going to get an NIT bid.
I would imagine they would. And
so his basketball days are not yet concluded for the Golden Eagles.
He's had a great career in Hattiesburg, following pretty good player in Clarence Weatherspoon taking over as the star. And of course, Bernard Hazlitt was there last year, the sharpshooter. You go back to the good teams of Randolph Keys, and won the NIT championship. And this bench really disappointed today. Mo Morris not 100% with the knee injury.
Another substitution, as they will get Osborne probably out of the game here, as Eric Johnson checks back in, and he gets the standing O.
And he should. This afternoon, he hit some big shots. Ball went inside, came back out. And on the defensive end, he had to battle Wisby half the time. Remember that.
Scramble at the end of the game, and the half-court shot. Oh! Johnson just caught it and slammed it through the exclamation points.
What a way to end it here. 20th year of the Metro Conference in the final year, and it ends on an alley-oop dunk at Freedom Hall. I am not sure there's a more fitting ending to this conference.
The end of the Metro. And Louisville, the champions in the tournament. The final score, Louisville 78 and Southern Miss 64, as they are the Metro Conference tournament champions here on their home floor at Freedom Hall.
Louisville, an easy win against VCU, but they had to work overtime to defeat Tulane to get to the championship game. Should have a great one here. We're going to take you down courtside now to the guys that are going to call the game, the Derby.